Hi, this video will give you a comprehensive look at doing the CEO VIP work mission, Headhunter. This mission pays a minimum of $20,000. While there's always more than one way to skin a cat, the methods and guidelines presented in this video represent the best approaches from my experience in doing this mission. I recommend that you be at least rank 42 to do this mission. And this is due to the fact that the Buzzard helicopter won't spawn for you until you reach this rank. You need to have $50,000 in the bank if you don't own a CEO business. The game is not going to use any of that money, it just requires that you have at least that amount banked to become a VIP. I also recommend having a sniper rifle, but you can do this without one, it's just a nice to have. If you own an Oppressor MkII that's equipped with missiles, you can skip the following discussion of the Buzzard helicopter. You can do this mission in invite-only mode so that other players won't interfere with your gameplay. I'll be demonstrating this mission in invite-only. For portions of it, I'll have a friend do the mission solo so that I can show you where the targets are on the ground instead of just on the map. If you're in a session and the Headhunter mission is started by a player that's not part of your organization, you'll see a banner like this. You'll be offered the opportunity to kill the player doing the mission for a cash reward. A side effect of this is that if you're not part of the Headhunter mission, none of the Headhunter targets will be hostile to you. I'll leverage this to show you exactly where each of the targets is located on the ground. The best vehicle to carry out Headhunter with is the missile-equipped Oppressor MkII. You don't have one? Worried about being tagged as a tryhard or a griefer? Forget all of that. The Oppressor MkII is the most useful vehicle in the game for grinding money. Now, while I'm going to talk a bit about using the Buzzard, this video will show all kills using the Oppressor. Another vehicle you should own is the armored Karuma. It's not cheap, but it's worth every penny. You can get into shootouts and the armor will protect you from gunfire. You can use it as an alternative to the Buzzard or in addition to the Buzzard, as you'll see later in the video. The Buzzard is still recommended as the primary vehicle for doing Headhunter in the event that you don't have an Oppressor MkII. North of Los Santos in the Grand Sonora Desert, you find the Sandy Shores Airfield. Aircraft and helicopters both spawn here, and you can take these and use as you see fit, and no law enforcement will intervene. At rank 42, the Buzzard will spawn here off to the side. If you don't find the Buzzard here, just drive down the airfield about halfway and come back, and a different chopper will spawn in this location. Just do this until you get a Buzzard. Once you have the Buzzard, head to the city and get ready to start the Headhunter mission. You can start the mission outside of the city, say up here in Sandy Shores Airfield, but the targets are spread out over the northern portion of the map and the targets can be much harder to kill. Your best bet is to start the mission while you're down in Los Santos so the targets will all show up in the city. This video will focus only on the city targets. Once you're back in the city, register as either a VIP or a CEO. To register as a CEO, you'll need to have purchased a CEO business, but that's not required for this. If you don't have a CEO option, you can register as a VIP. To become a VIP in the event you don't have the CEO option available, open your interaction menu. On the PlayStation, hold down the touchpad to open this menu. On the Xbox, hold down the View button and the menu will appear. Down towards the bottom of this menu is the Securo Serve option, so select that. Once in that menu, select Register as VIP. You'll be prompted to supply an organization name. Feel free to do so or just accept the default of an organization. For an invite-only session, it won't matter. If you do this in a public session, you can't have an organization with the same name as another player in that session, so you need to pick a unique name. Once you are registered as a VIP, open your interaction menu again and you'll have a new option at the top, Securo Serve VIP. Select this option. Once inside the VIP submenu, the third option down is the VIP work. We'll be using that in just a moment to start the Headhunter mission. If you're a CEO, the process is slightly different. Switching to my other character that is a CEO, I open the interaction menu. At the bottom of the menu again is the Secure Serve option, so I select that. Once activated, I can register as a CEO, so I do so. Since my CEO organization already has a permanent name, I'm not prompted for a name and am instead immediately registered as a CEO. Bringing up the interaction menu again, I have the Secure Serve option at the top, so I select this. The third option down in this submenu is the VIP Work submenu. It will be identical for a CEO or a VIP. For the remainder of this video, I will use my CEO character. Select the VIP Work option. Once inside of that submenu, press up on the D-pad to get to the bottom of the menu quickly. Continue to press up until the Headhunter option appears like this. It's just faster to get to it by going from the bottom up. Select the Headhunter option and select Start. Once you start it, you'll get this banner, and your map will have 4 targets on it for you to attack and kill. In this example, you can see the 4 red markers that are spread out across the map. 2 of the markers are armored vehicles, and 2 are at one of 10 possible static locations across the city map. I'll be using my Oppressor for this video, but you can do the same things I will do using the Buzzard. In fact, the Buzzard has an advantage over the Oppressor MkII in that it has infinite missiles. The Oppressor, on the other hand, only has 20, and in the event that you run out, you'll need to send your Oppressor back to storage and request it again to refresh the missiles. As an added tip, if you face your camera and character away from the closest road when you summon your vehicle, the game will usually put the vehicle closer to you so you don't have to run halfway across the map and pick it up. You will get a wanted level and the police onto you as you kill your targets, between 1 and 2 stars, with 2 being the maximum you can get, unless of course you start killing the cops as you do the mission. They're just a nuisance for the most part, and you can typically ignore them, but if you find you're having a struggle with them, just land on top of a building and wait them out. Once you kill the last target, any wanted level will be cleared. The armored cars contain 3 or 4 hostile NPCs, but represent the easiest targets. The idiot NPC driver will obey the traffic laws. If the vehicle is driving away from you, your missiles can be outrun by the vehicle. If they're sitting at a stoplight, obviously they are sitting ducks, so just make sure to take advantage of this fact. Just follow them until they stop, and between 4 and 7 missiles should take them out with ease. Now we'll go through each of the static target locations. I'll show the map, a ground-based view up close of the target, followed by the recommended kill technique. The game will randomly choose 2 locations out of a possible 10 in the city. In addition to looking at the best method for taking out each of the static targets, I'll include a couple of alternative methods for 3 of them. Starting at the northernmost part of the map, we have the Gentry Manor Hotel in West Vinewood. Each of these static targets will have between 2 and 4 security guards along with the assassination target. For this location, our target is in the southeastern corner of the courtyard here. You can see there are a couple of security NPCs with him here. To kill this target, I recommend getting over here above these houses. Now aim in a southerly direction until you get locked on the target in the corner as you slowly point your vehicle back towards the courtyard. Once locked on, fire, and you're done. Next up is this parking garage in West Vinewood. You can see its location here on the map. It does not have an actual name in the game. Inside of the parking structure here, we have a couple of security guards with 2 cars, and our assassination target is over here by these soda machines. We'll lock onto him through this opening here. I recommend you position yourself about here facing the parking structure. Aim until you get locked on to the leftmost opening and fire. That's it. If you prefer, you can just drive up into the parking garage with a vehicle like, say, the armored Karuma, and just kill the NPCs like this. You might want to save this target for last if you intend to kill it using a vehicle, since any wanted level will be cleared. That way you don't have to lose the cops. Heading over to the northeastern side of the map, we have the Cool Beans coffee shop target in the hipster area of the city. Super easy to do. As you can see, there are a couple of security NPCs here, and then up the stairs here on this balcony is the NPC we need to kill. I recommend flying up by this mountainside over here, aim towards the coffee shop. Once you get lock on the rightmost target, you'll have the assassination target locked, fire, and you're done. Heading back west for our next target at the Rockford Hills von Crastenburg Hotel, your target will be under an overhang next to the pool in the back of the hotel. For this, I recommend shooting at anything you get a lock on adjacent to the pool. Once you stop getting lock, fly up closer to the hotel and see if you can lock onto the target under the overhang. If you don't get locked, just swing the nose of your vehicle up and down until you see the reticle line up under the overhang and fire a missile up into there and you'll kill him. An alternate method is to land over next to the pool area on top of this roof here. Break out your sniper rifle. Once you're ready, sight towards the target, zoom in and walk up to the edge until you see him like this, headshot him, and you're done. Our next target is on the Del Perro Pier. Our target is standing next to this little booth by the roller coaster, and there are a couple of security guards with him. His placement can be problematic because of the obstacles in the way, but if you fly up to the side of the pier like this and try to get level with this area of the roller coaster, you can see this opening here, get locked through this and fire, and you're golden. If you find you're unable to kill this target, you can also take a vehicle like this armored Karuma and drive up into the pier and shoot the target in the head like this. If you find you need to do this, you might want to leave this target until last, since once the target is killed, any wanted level is cleared, and that saves you from having to lose the cops. Next is a target in an alley adjacent to the Legion Square by downtown. You can see there are 2 cars here, and our target is right here with a couple of security NPCs. Using the Mark II, you can just park across the street in this spot right here. You should get lock inside the alley. Make sure no cars are coming, since you can blow yourself up if you fire when a car is right in front of you. You should be able to kill the target with 1 shot from here. Feel free to aim your vehicle left and right until you get lock. If you find yourself shooting at the road and not getting shots into the alley, just point the front of your vehicle up slightly and then fire. Alternatively, you can use a sniper rifle from the same location and headshot the target that way. Our next target is not far from the Maze Bank Arena. It's a warehouse called Fridgit Ice and Storage. As you can see, there's a couple of vehicles and security NPCs here. Our target is under this overhang here. Fly to this spot here. It doesn't need to be precisely this spot, but just around here, and you should be able to get lock on the guy under the overhang, but feel free to kill the other NPCs if you're getting lock on them. Most of the time this is a 1-shot target, but it can take a few shots to get in some instances. Moving east, our next target is the La Mesa 24-hour storage right next to this double switchback loop off of the freeway. Our target is this guy in the middle here in between these semi-trailers. Just hover over the freeway at about this spot here and you'll get lock. You'll probably have to kill at least one of the security NPCs before you get lock on the actual assassination target. I've never had any issues getting this target this way. Moving southeast, we have an abandoned warehouse. It has no name on it, but it's right by this ammunition right here in the Cypress Flats area of the city. As you can see, we have a guy on the roof here and another one down below. Our target is under this overhang. It's likely you'll get lock on the roof guy first and then possibly the ground-based NPC, so just kill them. I like to move over here by these two warehouses and get lock on the guy under the overhang, and once it's locked, kill him. Our 10th and final static target is over by the dry dock area of the waterfront here. The building is a warehouse called Dock End Freight. Inside, you can see we have a couple of security NPCs as usual, and our assassination target is by the water over here, and he's super easy to target from out over the water. Come to around this spot over the water here and try to get lock on the rightmost target, and that's your guy. You may get lock on the security guy, so just kill them. The assassination target never moves from his spot, so you will get lock on him eventually. Okay, that's it. Headhunter has a 10-minute cooldown timer, so you'll have to wait before you can repeat the mission. A lot of times I'll do this mission after I finish a bunker weapon delivery to the city. When I do it with my partner, we're usually done within 3 to 5 minutes, as I'll do the static targets and they take the roamers. Unlike, say, the Sightseer mission, which maximizes payout based on how long you take to do the mission, Headhunter seems to just pay a minimum of $20,000 and a maximum of $25,000, but I'm not sure what it uses to decide the payout amount. Okay, I hope this helped someone out there. If you liked the video, please give it a like, as that really helps. And until the next video, take care.